giving you some free game. Yeah.
Daylon Johnson back again with Free Game. This time I'm here with Cameron Boyland. He's a big and tall model, and he's in the marketing. He agreed to sit down with me. We can talk about his story, just so you guys can see kind of where he came from and how he's gotten to where he is now. So if you would, give a brief intro of yourself and how you came to be here in the great city of Dallas.
Okay, my name is Cameron Boyland. My nickname is Big Cam. That's what I go by. I'm originally from Little Rock, Arkansas. I'm about to be 27 years old in October. Graduated from the University of Arkansas with my degree in business management, business administration. My concentration was entrepreneurship, and my minor was marketing. So I had a lot of different experiences throughout college, professional experiences or whatnot. And shortly after I graduated, fall 2015, I was offered a job as a manager for Amazon.com, and I did that for about a year. They asked me where I wanted to move. I chose Dallas because I knew Dallas was, big in the corporate world and had a lot of different job opportunities. It wasn't too close to home and it wasn't too far away. So I just, was strategic with picking where I wanted to go. So I came to Dallas, and I've been here for the last 3 years. So after Amazon, I moved to Walmart, doing that for about 2 years at the same position, management. And then after that, I just really started hustling and trying to chase my dream. So
Okay. So before we spoke on camera, you told me that you didn't really like the culture at Amazon.
yeah.
So what was it about that culture that wasn't really your thing?
So Amazon, they like to hire a lot of people who have type A personalities, like real aggressive,
yeah.
get things done, which is good, but bad in the same sense as well. And so I'm dealing with a lot of managers, a lot of grown people they have their own way of thinking, like they're not open to doing stuff. There was just a lot of politics that I had to deal with, like you had to kiss the right butt and all that other stuff, and it was just becoming overwhelming. I couldn't focus on the job, and so I was real engaged with my people, my associates. That's what kind of kept me going through that. But as far as like the management team, I just wasn't feeling that.
Okay.
Rocking with it.
So it wasn't so much the job or the people that you worked closely with; it was the people above you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just didn't have too much respect when I saw favoritism. And you telling me to do this, but you doing that, and it's just like, I ain't never been that type of person. It's like, do as I. What's the saying? Do as you
told, and
don't do as I do.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. And I was being micromanaged and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't feeling it. It did. Yeah. So before I left, I tried to transition out of the building. Do a lateral move, but then they was trying to blackball me and wouldn't let me move. So I was like, I'm not a person that's gonna stay stuck in something.
Yeah.
I'll be done all the way.
Together.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and go to Walmart, which I really didn't want to do because going to the University of Arkansas in the business school, they beat Walmart culture into you. Like they want you to either work for Walmart, JP Hunt, or Tyson. And so I was like, I want to do something different. Amazon is very innovative. It's fresh, it's new. And so then I go to Walmart and they start trying to basically turn it to Amazon because that's they major competitor, and they was losing money in the e-commerce field.
Yeah.
So
you kind of left Amazon to go to Walmart and doing the same thing.
I was grateful because I'm like, a lot of people when they graduate school, they don't get jobs in the field that they majored in or whatever. It's people that study biology and then they working in a grocery store or something like that. So I'm glad I got the because I went to school for management, got that experience, but I never wanted to do e-commerce and supply chain. It was just so dry and boring for me. But and I got a lot of experience. So before I left all that, I soaked up as much experience as possible so I could apply it to my other business ventures, because it's always been my end goal to be an entrepreneur and to have my own stuff going on.
Right. And so while you were at Amazon and Walmart, you were taking in as much as you could, learning as much as you could to get out and do your own thing.
Yeah. But I knew it wasn't going to be a long-term career. Because a lot of people was like, you're young, you're 24, 25, and you're in this management position. And that was another thing. So I'm working with a lot of mid-age people or whatever. So I couldn't relate to people. So whenever they're talking about their families and all these dry ass jokes, I'm just like, I can't.
Yeah, couldn't relate.
Yeah.
I had an internship at Walgreens, and a business management internship. So I was a journalism major, but somehow they came to the school. I went to Alcorn in Mississippi. They came to the school and they interviewed a bunch of us, and they were looking for people who they thought could be leaders. And people say I could be a leader. I am a good leader, whatever. I don't know, But at the time, I was step master on the step team out there. So I was and the lady who interviewed me, she was a Delta. So she told me that. I told her I was an Alpha. We clicked, and I told her about the step team and how I ran things. I didn't run things well, but I was running things. So that's how I ended up getting the business management internship. So I went out there, and it's the same thing you telling me, because at the time I was 21. I was 21, and those people were 40, 50. It was the youngest girl that was like maybe 32, 33, but she had 4 kids. So most everybody there I couldn't really relate to, and it's like my manager come tell me to tell Miss So and So to do something, and I'm like, she older than my mama.
Exactly.
And it was a weird dynamic, just trying to talk to them and trying to run the store the way that I thought I was supposed to run the store, and they look at me like, you 21, you don't know the first thing about management. And maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but it was hard for me to get them to respect me, because in a way I didn't respect myself as a manager. It's like I shouldn't be here. I was a journalism major, and I talked to somebody the right way, I said the right things, and then she made me a manager over these people. So I could understand that dynamic of trying to teach somebody or trying to talk to somebody who has these years on you and this experience in the field or whatever, and
But then it's like, I've always been in leadership roles, so it's just like, when I see something not being done the right way or it doesn't make sense, I'm gonna ask questions.
Right.
And it's funny because like, a lot of people don't have the education piece of management,
right,
or whatever, and it's like, not saying that it's all about the education, because it's really, the bulk of it is the experience,
right,
but the education does help,
right,
or whatever, because like while I was taking my classes, I learned like the difference of different types of leadership or whatever, like you got task oriented versus relationship building,
right.
And I used to be the person task oriented, like we gotta get this done, but I learned the importance of like building relationships with people to get stuff done, and just being fair and all the other stuff. So I'm dealing with managers just not consistent, or like being hypocrites or contradicting themselves. They want you to do this, but then they doing that, and I'm just like, or you don't have no support, or they want you to do this to an associate, but then the associate complaining come to you, then you let it slide. It was just too much going on. It was like stressing me out. Just my blood pressure was going up.
Oh man.
I started experiencing. It's crazy because I used to think that people like saying they were depressed and having anxiety. I thought it was kind of like a cop-out.
Yeah.
But I started getting depressed. I started having anxiety. Like I just started having like, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I can't do this. Like, I was making good money, but I'm just like,
at the end of the day, it's not always about the money.
It wasn't. And I heard that, but it's just like,
you never understand it until it hits you. It's like, I'm making good money, but you got this long list of things that you don't like about it.
Yeah.
And then when it starts to, you don't even notice it at first, but when it starts to kind of eat away at your health.
It was.
You wake up, you're like, I had 8 hours of sleep, but I'm tired.
Sleep apnea. I couldn't rest fully because I was having dreams like I had to get back to work.
Oh no, man! You having dreams about the job?
Yeah, because I was just like, I didn't get this done today. I got to get that done.
See, that's a whole nother level right there.
Yeah.
So you leave Walmart. And because the last time I talked to you, you were still at Walmart, and then
I was.
And you remember that?
Yeah.
And then I know you were talking about leaving. So that was February of this year.
Yep.
I think. Yeah. So how long after that did you leave?
I didn't know. I was still, when I met you, I was still on leave because I took a stress leave.
Okay.
And so after my leave was up in May, I just pretty much turned in my paperwork and told them I wasn't coming back.
Okay.
Or whatever. So. But during that time, I had reached out to M. Lane Photography, because we grew up together. We both from Little Rock, Arkansas. Yeah. And so I reached out to him, saw he was doing his thing. I was just kind of like letting him know, kind of like what I was talking to you about, like this is what I'm going through. I'm trying to get back into the creative side of things. As I grew up, I was always like into the arts, performing arts. I did modeling for, I did a JCPenney runway. I did music, double bass, played for 10 years. Art competitions.
You play what? You play double bass? For real?
I started off on the cello.
Damn, okay.
And then, so even with that, I was like, in the Arkansas Youth Orchestra, all regional orchestra. I've always just been active in the arts, painting, drawing, acting. I had lead roles in plays and all that other stuff. And so I just kind of like put that to the side because I'm just like, you know, they ain't gonna make no money right now, whatever. So I'm looking at college like, okay, let me do the business thing, at least to have a backup plan. So I always kind of knew like, okay, if stuff don't work out, I can always lean on the business side. I can apply that to anything. And so now I feel like I'm kind of like going backwards, trying to like develop my artistic skills and stuff more or whatever, and combining it with the business piece of things.
Right. And so you think, I guess you got a good mix of the two. Doing what you're doing now. So you think you'd have been more successful if you stayed with the arts, or you think the business part was necessary?
The business part was definitely necessary. I don't regret it, because what I'm finding out now, like just from meeting a lot of creatives in Dallas, a lot of them have they have the skill, they're really good, but they don't have the business side of things. They don't know how to network, they don't know how to market themselves, brand themselves, and so I just noticed that's kind of like a missing piece that a lot of people don't have, and so I'm just kind of like going backwards to brush up on my creative skill sets that I feel like I was diluting, because I wasn't, you know, I was focused so much on work, and even when I was trying to do stuff on the side, I just couldn't fully dedicate myself because I was so tired and stressed out from work. I find myself in the same situation all the time right now. I'm just, you know, doing everything I do, like photography, videography. Then I got a family at home, and then my full-time job. It's like, man, when you sleep, you know, it's hard. But I mean, it's fun. This is what I really, really enjoy this, and I like my job. So that's how I find my peace and my balance. So my wife she pretty good about, you know, testing me, like, where you at right now? Like, how you feel? Because, you know, I work where I go all day, all night, and then I just crash. But there's stress to get at you one way or another. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So after you leave Walmart, what's the first thing you do? First job you have? So with M Lane, I was helping manage the models and kind of establish some of the business principles and things I learned into his business.
Okay. So when you say you were managing the models, what are you doing for them?
So basically, just evaluate, like doing like a monthly evaluation, trying to book them gigs and stuff like that, and just helping them get better with their craft and like creative direction, and just setting up contracts and things of that nature. And organizing appointments and things like that, whatever, and bookings. Okay,
and then for M Lane on his side, what were you doing for him? Kind of the same thing, just.
Well, yeah, that's what I was doing for him.
Oh, you were handling the models. That was your, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And are you still doing that now?
No, so I started getting caught back up in work or whatever while I was trying to do that. So it was just kind of like off and on. And then in the process, I started talking to them about starting my own t-shirt line for big guys, big and tall guys or whatever.
Okay. Is that king size?
This is actually my brand.
So everybody can see that.
Yeah, I was talking to him about my big and tall t-shirts or whatnot, and I was like, hey, I needed to get a logo created. Does he know anybody that does logos or whatever? He referred me to Mike Dixon, who is the owner of Mike Bill's brand. So I went to go talk to Mike about my logo design and whatnot. And so in the midst of talking to him about what I was planning on doing, I kind of realized like there was like some opportunity, I guess, in his business where I could get in and help him, like, you know, get more organized or whatever, because he was getting a lot of clients, trying to manage them, and he had like celebrity clients, like and celebrity stylists like Jay Boyland, and then Tina Lifford and stuff like that. And so I just feel like that would be a great opportunity with getting my foot in the door, because I've been looking for like marketing, branding opportunities. So that was like, you know, he really took a chance on me. So I'll forever be grateful for the opportunity and for him helping me. So it was kind of like an internship or whatever, to test drive to see how that was like. And that was a good opportunity, but I still needed, you know, my lifestyle, I need like a full-time, like real job or whatever, because it's like, you know, I go with Walmart and Amazon making, that corporate money.
Yeah, and it's coming every 2 weeks.
Yeah, and that was just like, consistent. And so that's why I've been like looking for something like more in the marketing field, because if I am going to do something, work for somebody, I'm going to do something that makes sense to what I want to do in the long run. Because the e-commerce supply chain, that was great. I can apply that to what my t-shirt business and other things, but I think I got as much out of that as I could.
Right.
Or whatever. 3 years in e-commerce, like, that's kind of like, they said it's like dog years anyways, because you work in so many hours, you work like 15 hours a day sometimes, and so I think I got a lot out of that situation, but I want to do where, as far as applying my creative side with my business, I think marketing advertisement is like where it's at for me.
Okay.
Or whatever, and then, working for somebody, I can always apply that knowledge to what I'm currently doing or whatever on the side. So I was working for Mike doing that. Finally got my logo design, which is this again. And I'm also wearing another one right here.
Okay, can we see that? Yeah, we can see it right there.
Yeah.
Put that right there in your face. It's probably too bright. That one.
And so,
so how long you been working with this part?
I'm just, I've been kind of doing the last 2 months.
Okay.
So right now I'm just like getting my marketing campaign together.
Okay.
And so I'm just getting a lot of content, like flyers and stuff together, and I'm officially launching on my birthday, which is October 8th. Okay. I got the website going. I'm selling it off of teespring.com. I believe it's teespring/shop/king size or whatever. I can't remember the URL. But
when we get it for sure, I'll make sure it's in the bottom, right?
Okay.
But we'll do that for sure.
I'm selling it off of that. I already got kind of the designs up. And then I'm doing my social media campaign. Okay. And so stuff that I learned from working at Mike Bill's Brands, I'm definitely, taking advantage of that as well. And so I'm also kind of like combining my big and tall modeling with this venture, because with me doing, so let me rewind a little bit. Okay. So while I was working with Mike, that's when the Shaq Big and Tall model search came up. Okay. And so I had previously already been managing models for M Lane or whatever, and then I already had that experience from high school I was telling you about. So I'm like, hey, I kind of want to get back into this or whatever. And so when that came up, it just kind of like added on to my vision anyway, because I was already thinking like, hey, there's a market for big and tall guys, because for one, I get stressed out like, because I'm fashionable, like I have a sense of style. So when I go somewhere and you got the big and tall section that's pushed over in the corner and it's like old man clothes, it's just frustrating. Like I got to piece that with that, and it's just like,
it's like you got to figure out everything on your own in the store.
Yeah, and I know like women go through a lot. I get all that. But being a bigger woman, like, society has accommodated to that. But as a bigger guy, we still like behind, I feel like they. And so, I just, I was already thinking that. Then the big and tall model search thing came with Shaq, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. I auditioned for that. I didn't get it, but one of my friends I went to high school actually was one of the 3 people that got it. Okay. Or whatever. And so after that, I'm like, even though I didn't make the cut, it's still something that I'm very passionate about, as far as like, adding to that to the big and tall movement, and trying to help other bigger guys, be confident in themselves and have a sense of style and fashion. Yeah. And I started taking that serious because I get a lot of, I guess, DMs sometimes or comments on my social media like, hey bro, you fresh, or where did you get this shirt from? How do you do that? And so I started realizing like, okay, I'm kind of like influencing other big guys. Yeah. And see, the way I was raised, my mom was like, it don't matter what your size is, like, when you step out of the house, you need to look presentable, you need to look decent.
My mama taught me the same thing.
And so
I don't always go by it, but she taught me the same thing.
Of course, I'm either a bum or I'm like,
fresh to death.
It really ain't no in between. Yeah. But for the most part, like if I'm going somewhere where it's like an event or something, most definitely. But I run into a lot of big guys, or I know like I've had friends that were big guys or whatever. That's like, and I know I have female friends as well to talk about like, some big guys just sloppy, or they don't carry yourself, they self like you or whatever. Yeah. And so, some of my friends, I just tell them like, hey bro, like maybe if you try this shirt or wear it like this.
Yeah.
And then another problem, it's hard for us to dress nicer because every big guy isn't shaped the same,
right,
or whatever. So we have to buy some clothes, then go get them tailored.
Yeah.
And so
is that what you've been doing, tailoring everything?
Yeah, and then but you have also ASOS.com, which has been more accommodating to bigger guys or whatever. So they already have jeans that's kind of like tailored or pre-tailored or whatever. Right. But yeah, you have to spend extra money when you're bigger. Yeah. And then it's just like that's not. So trying to find clothes is, for one, fashionable. Trying to find clothes that's affordable or whatever, and like actually in your size, it's just a lot to go through. Yeah. And so just that's part of the reason I started taking like the big and tall modeling serious, to represent big guys and show the world or whatever, and show my peers that hey, like we can be fresh too.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting you say that, because I never thought about like plus size women. They get shine. They get shine now. Yeah, a lot of shine too. And
I know it hasn't always been like that,
right? But it's moving in a direction rather quickly too. It's moving in a direction where it's okay to be a bigger woman, and they coming out with the clothes that they fit you a lot better, they look a lot better, everything is more stylish. But anytime I go to a store and I see that big and tall section, they got the picnic table suits or the big, it's just real country looking stuff. Yeah. I never really paid attention to it because I ain't a big and tall guy, but that's definitely true. Like, but I did notice how fresh you can be. Most of the time I've seen you were fresh to death. I never seen the bummy side of it. But I think it's cool that you took that problem and turned it into something, instead of saying, man, I wish. Yeah. You took it upon yourself and say, okay, well, I know I got these avenues, I'm gonna do this big and tall thing, and I'm gonna come in with my own king size clothing. Exactly. So I see the logo, I see the t-shirt. Are you going further than that? Like how far do you plan on going with king size?
So as an entrepreneur, I've had previous business ventures or whatnot. A group of students and I actually started the Walmart pickup business model or whatever. We was in college and we was recognized as national scholars. It was 2014, but they took our idea, whatever, they ran with it. So all we got was like a little trophy or whatever, and some money. But I said that to say that sometimes a lot of people, I notice like other entrepreneurs, like you can think so big about something and not take care of like the little things, the small things or whatever. And so now I had to like reprogram my way of thinking and like just focus on the baby steps first. Yeah. But in the back of my mind, still have that big goal. But sometimes you got that big goal in the forefront, and you get overwhelmed trying to do all this stuff.
Because you skip so much stuff in the beginning.
And so I'm starting off with just t-shirts now. Then after the t-shirts, I'm thinking of doing for women or whatever, the queen size, because I know. Women are the biggest consumers in America. So,
for sure. Especially with clothing here.
Yeah. Aside from African Americans, it's definitely women. Yeah. And so, want to do the queen size, do a different design for that. I want to do a couple more different designs for king size first. Get that going, get that booming. And then after that, then probably, doing different type of apparel, maybe hats and all the other stuff. And then maybe actually like really getting into design and clothes for big and tall guys, instead of just having like a logo or a t-shirt design, like actual clothes. But I mean, the sky's the limit with this. I'm open to wherever direction it goes. But I ultimately, like I said, I want to do something that all goes together. So if I am working for somebody that can, getting that money to support this side hustle or whatever, I want to do something that I'm passionate about, which is, marketing or whatever. And I can also apply that knowledge to this business. Do the king size business that's also going to, support the big and tall movement, and then still do my big and tall modeling. Like it all just coincides and goes along. So even if I'm busy, I'm going to still be happy doing what I'm doing. It's going to all go together. It's going to all build off each other.
Yeah, this thing I'm doing, like the videography and the photography, it goes hand in hand. Cause like I told you, I do a little mini photo shoot that goes along with this. Cause if it wasn't for that, man, doing these videos, editing, trying to get them out, and cause it's not just me now, it's me plus you or whoever I'm interviewing, and then whoever else is involved behind the scene. It's time consuming. So when I started it was just like photography was gone. I wasn't doing that at all, and that's what I love to do. This is good, but I feel like this is more of something I saw that I felt like needed to be done, because growing up, I wouldn't think to start my own anything. You know, in school it's like you gotta go to work, and just like even in college you were talking about how they push you toward JB Hunt, Walmart, I don't know if you said Amazon, but they push you toward working in those fields where you gotta work for somebody else and do things their way or whatever.
Yeah.
Just having that business mind, I wasn't taught that growing up. I kind of learned it because I didn't like working for other people who didn't have the same mindset as me. It's like, this don't make sense. I do it my way. So that's how I came into doing my own thing. But that's why I'm doing this, so people can see that, so younger people can see that you don't have to go work for a Walmart or an Amazon. You can work for those people, learn what you got to learn, and then start your own thing.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily for you or for me. It's for us as a people as a whole, so we can get that going amongst all of us. So we don't have to worry so much about, we don't have to depend on brand A hiring us. We got to sit through an interview and maybe they hire us, maybe they don't. You don't need an interview if you got your own stuff.
I just feel like we definitely need to share the knowledge. I feel like a lot of us have to go through stuff through trial and error because sometimes it's not always a pipeline, or if it is a pipeline, we don't have that connection or whatever.
Right.
And so what I'm finding out, because I kind of been going through it the last couple of years, just really trying to find out what I want to do. And I'm somebody who like really applied themselves in school. So I was an honor student. I was in about 10 different organizations. I was the president of my chapter, my fraternity chapter, Omega Psi Phi, NPHC president. Like I was like, I had an internship in Beijing, China. I was selected out of like 50 students, including grad students. So I was very well accomplished in school. I handled my business, did all that to get into the real world and realize like school don't really prepare you for like, real life.
And it's funny because like the more I do these interviews, the more certain things get repeated over and over in each interview. And it's one of those things like school doesn't prepare you for every aspect of the real world.
And that's coming from somebody who really took school serious. Like I can see other people's, but even I learned in school, like most of the people who are CEOs of these, major corporations,
they weren't good students.
They weren't. They were like C average students instead or whatever. That's why they say C's and D's, get degrees or whatever. But usually because they were doing other things on the side or whatever. And so I'm starting to understand that. So like a lot of the A students, they just do good enough to work for somebody. Or whatever. And so I just, I was from talking to my friends, because they've been going through a lot of different things, similar stuff I've been going through, like trying to find a job, or they went to school, got a degree in this, and realized they don't want to do this no more, or whatever. And then it's just the market is just completely saturated. So I just know in the future, I probably want to start a program where I'm kind of, before you graduate school, you have to have exit counseling for financial aid. So I want to have like a real exit counseling, but trying to help people adjust to the real world. So they need to teach you more about personal finance, about credit, how to manage your money. Because a lot of us come out of college, broke college students, then you do get a job offer making $50,000 plus or whatever. A lot of people don't know how to manage their money or whatever. And then it's like you're getting so much debt so quick trying to buy stuff that you ain't had, and then you confined to this job that you hate, that's miserable, and you stay in there, and then you leave, you ain't got nothing, like no backup plan. And so it's a lot that I kind of want to, I just feel like I'm going through for a reason, so later on could be a blessing and testimony to help other people that's going through it. And then especially being like an African American male on top of it, like that's just, I'm not gonna get all into that, but that
add 10 pounds of pressure anything you do. I wish that we had something where, and I'm sure we do, I wish it was more readily available and more known about, where kids learn about financial aid before they go to college. Because when I graduated high school and I went and sat in that financial aid office, and it was like speaking, you might have been speaking French. The lady was talking about subsidized, unsubsidized, federal loan, private loan, and interest. Interest was the one. I was like, what is interest? Because I had heard it before, but I didn't know what it was. Like, that financial literacy, just knowing.
They do. I don't feel like in high school, I think they're just trying to get people in and out or whatever. But it's like, I don't think I need to be taking math 4 years in a row. Or what? I don't think I need to, like,
not math that you're not going to use.
I think they need to the academic system just needs to be restructured. Because I just feel like a lot of people get to college. Matter of fact, a lot of people get to college and don't know what they're gonna major in. They be undecided the first two years, and I just feel like
and you just be sitting in school.
Career aptitude tests, or if you need to figure out like, okay, either your college material, if you're not, because you got a lot of people to get there, waste money to drop out. So if you're not gonna go to college, that's cool. But what do you want to do career wise?
What's your actual goal?
Yeah,
it's a lot, man. And I don't, as far as the financial literacy, I don't put it so much on the schools just because they have a job to do.
Yeah,
I feel like it would be nice if they had something like that, just because as soon as you graduate in May, August, they trying to put debt on you already. Yeah. So I feel like if not in that window somewhere,
I just feel like it still needs to be mandatory. They make all these standardized tests mandatory. Yeah. It's like that's not really gonna apply later in life.
I feel what you're saying. I'm on both sides of the thing. I feel like it'd be nice if schools did it, but since schools are not doing it, I feel like it's on parents and people in the community to try and educate these people. Our problem we have is a lot of our communities, we don't have people who know that anyway.
Yeah.
Like
sometimes the parents don't.
Yeah. Cause my parents knew just a little bit. They knew just enough to where I'm not killing myself with debt, but they didn't know half of what I know now about managing finance and stuff. And I'm not perfect. I just know a little bit more than they did. But I feel like if we could do something to make that more common knowledge amongst our people, that'd be a great thing. But it's gonna take a lot of us.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. What else you got? Anything you want to say? Anything you want to plug? This your opportunity.
I just, I was just kind of like I said before, I want to be like a testimony or be that voice for other people, because I know a lot of people are going through the same thing I'm going through. So that's why I kind of stay strong and keep pushing despite whatever obstacles or adversities that I'm going through, because I know there's other people definitely watching me, and there's other people that can relate to my situation and I can relate to theirs. I'm just more outspoken about things or whatever. That's a con of being an entrepreneur, period, is just sometimes you can put in all the work and it won't pay off immediately or whatever. Usually with stuff that's already established, you put in the work, you see the outcome. Usually, because corporate is you can put in the work, and then if you ain't playing the politics or kissing the right butt, like I said, it can still be a slap in your face. Yeah. But at least being an entrepreneur, which can definitely be stressful because it's having those lows. So sometimes you can have really good highs, and then other times you got really good lows. So you selling something, business could be booming right now or whatever, but then a month from now business not booming. Yeah. And especially if you using that income to support yourself, then it's just that's crazy. That's why if you're a business owner, you need to take some of that profit and invest in another business venture or whatever. You need to have more than one thing going. To kind of offset that. But working corporate wise, at least you got the money constantly coming in or whatever, regardless of the situation. Even if you're stressed out, you're getting paid this day, how much money you getting.
Because I tell people, I'm not the perfect example, but I tell people, man, entrepreneurship is fun, and you're doing your own thing. You get to kind of map your own thing out, but just because you map it out perfectly, if everything in your mind work out perfect, this is exactly how it need to be, and then you put it out in the world like that, and it don't pan out that way.
And see, that's what I had to learn just about being an adult in general, because I was a person that I get told all the time I got control issues, which I'm not ashamed about. I feel like anybody that's bossed up or anybody that's an entrepreneur, you got to have some type of control issues or whatever. You have to be a go-getter, an initiator. That's the type of person I am. I get things done. But the biggest thing is when things don't go the way you plan, you have to learn how to pivot. You have to learn how to adjust. That's the biggest thing. And I think that's something I can take away from Amazon and Walmart, especially on the e-commerce side, because if we didn't get a shipment and I got this many associates, I gotta it was all, every day was just different, based on the amount of freight we had coming in. So I had to learn how to adjust and move people over here, people over there for production's sake. But yeah, you definitely have to.
You got to be on your toes.
Be on your toes at
yeah,
all times.
Yeah, because you got to think about A, B, and C. Plan A, Plan B, Plan C. Whatever come at you, you got to be ready to deal with it.
Be very strategic. So I always think. I guess what helps me, I always think about the worst thing happening, and I prepare for that.
Yeah.
And then so anything else happening in between, it won't be as bad because I've already kind of adjusted my mind. Because the worst things get your hopes high and expect this, and then it don't happen, and you like really depressed.
Yeah. Like dang, I've been working. Because I had some stuff. I had a plan of putting out certain photos, certain types of photos at a certain time, and letting people see them. And I was like, oh man, that's gonna blow me up. That's gonna be all I need. And then I did. I'm like, damn, that wasn't. I didn't get a phone call, email, or nothing. I was like, man, what happened? So what I learned, and you may be able to piggyback on it, is that you need help, regardless of how in control you want to be or how in control you are. Like you need help. You need somebody else's mind on it, somebody else's eyes on it, because your idea may be good for you, but for the masses, they be like, I don't like that at all. All right, well, I'm glad, man, you was able to come sit down with me. I appreciate the conversation. We got some good stuff out of it, man. Hope you got everything out of it you wanted. Hope it was everything you expected.
Most definitely, because I just feel like it helped me kind of like share my story, but kind of like organize it, like put it all together.
Yeah, get your thoughts in line.
Kind of like I feel like makes sense.
Yeah.
Because at one point I just felt like I was all over the place. Like, I'm going through this stuff. My family and friends ask me like, so what do you want to do? And I'm thinking I kind of want to do this or whatever. I'm like, I kind of want to do that. But now it's like it's starting to make sense to me now.
Yeah, I went through the same thing with my wife. When I first started to do this, she was like, what are you trying to do? And I couldn't put it into words until I actually started doing it. And then it makes a lot more sense to me because I've been sitting here doing them, trying to explain to other people. I see what I'm doing, and it makes more sense to me. So I get what you're saying.
And I think it makes more sense for me to be just, definitely an entrepreneur because I have the experience, I have the knowledge, but I'm good in so many different things. And so it's hard trying to find like a job title or job description that encompasses everything that I want to do or all of my experiences I've had.
But that's what you're working at now.
The artistics, all that stuff, the business stuff, it's more stuff from that or whatever. But I just have a lot of different event planning. I just have a lot of different skills. And so I think it's just best for me to definitely be my own business owner. Cause this isn't it for me. I have other ideas in the back of my mind that I want to start in the future.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're on the right track, man. For real. You 27?
27.
Yeah, man. To me, it sounds like you're on the right track. I'm not much older than you, but when I was 27, you were in a much better place than I was.
I'm just trying to make moves now while I don't have no kids, while I'm not married or anything like that, where I'm not tied down to anything. Yeah,
that made perfect sense, man. Well, I appreciate it, man, and we get this photo shoot part of it done.